Want to know what creativity shifts are coming to you this summer? Well, in today's video, we will be exploring Mercury's move into the sign of Leo and how this transit welcomes original ideas and words of enthusiasm. Hey there, Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. And if you are new here, my name is Hannah. I am a Western practical astrologer. Now, before we do dive into today's video, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button and click the bell. And if you are interested in any of my services, if you're interested in booking a reading with me, then you can visit my website, hannahselsewhere.com. There you can also find my Practical Astrology eBooks guide and merch. All the links will be in the description box down below. I do hope that you find this video to be helpful today. Let's do this. Okay, so Mercury will enter the sign of Leo on the 11th of July and will stay there until the 28th of July. Now, what I want you to remember about these 2 weeks is the lead up, okay? The lead up to Mercury's transition. So we had Mars enter Leo from the 20th of May until the 10th of July. Venus entered Leo on the 5th of June and will continue to be there until the 8th of October. Black Moon Lilith has been in Leo since January 2023. And Pallas was in Leo from the 2nd of May until the 10th of July. Though, to be fair, I'm saying was and everything, but I am recording this on the 1st of July, so it's technically still there. Okay, so that's 4 celestial bodies which have been traveling along the degrees, the path of Leo. And so Mercury is coming along and is following this same path, indicating a mental quality, a desire to communicate what we have learned, or to be creative, or to connect the dots, to assess the patterns and the themes, and to do so with vision, with clarity. A colorful vision at that, and to also do so with self-expression and originality and confidence, to assess our personal experiences, our individuality, particularly assessing our personal experiences to do with love, art, romance, relationships, goal setting, creative intelligence, taking action, liberation too, independence, and even looking at anger. The past couple of months have been eye-opening for many of us. Eye-opening when it comes to our egos, our hearts, and like I said, our individuality. Naturally, Venus retrograde will have us taking another look, an even closer and more personal look. But Mercury is coming along here and is offering something new, something intellectual and connective. Mercury will help us fill in the gaps with respect to our personal story. Mercury and Leo will also offer us creative solutions to any problems or concerns, supporting us in our decision-making process. And at the same time, we're going to show strength. This is about thinking and communicating confidently. This is about being the hero in our own lives. And this is also about communicating from the heart, speaking from the heart. Mercury will square the nodes at the very beginning of this transit, indicating a fixed outlook when it comes to our desires, our life path. This may also be a moment of self-acknowledgement, such as applauding ourselves for what we have learned over the last couple years. But at the same time, being confronted by a harsh truth or being confronted by a serious matter, which cannot be overlooked. Matters to do with love, children, creativity, fun, pleasure may be on our minds throughout this transit. And as Mercury creates squares to the North Node, Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus along its path, we won't be able to stay silent about our physical needs, about our security, our comforts, our values, our money, our earning potential, our skills, our livelihoods. And at the same time, Mercury will start to trine Chiron in Aries throughout this transit, pointing toward an inner child wound, which may very well be communicated. A similar thing could be said about a desire or a pleasure or a play wound, a fun related wound, an entertainment enjoyment related wound. In fact, Chiron will station retrograde from the 23rd of July, so it's likely that we will take things a lot more personally, okay? And we will also revisit any wounded parts of ourselves which fear standing up for what we want. And as Mercury creates a conjunction, okay, a conjunction to Black Moon Lilith, oh, the words we say around the 23rd of July will not be gentle, okay? Our frustrations about what we love and what we want may come pouring out of us, as if our words must be released. And for some of us, we might do this out of vengeance or out of a need for freedom. And at the very end of this transit, Mercury will conjunct Venus retrograde in Leo, especially on the 27th of July. There is a deep desire to communicate with lovers, friends, and relatives about appreciation, applause, relationships, children, money, appearances, security, our hobbies. And seeing as Venus will be retrograde, take your time and also really feel into the experience. Allow things that are said to sit with you. I mean, this is going to be a retrograde summer or winter, of course, for those of you who live in the southern hemisphere. But yes, it's going to be full of retrogrades, so there's a lot of reflection going on. But essentially, Mercury in Leo will be a couple of weeks of bold and colorful communication. It will get us expressing ourselves and possibly being dramatic about a few things. So on that note, let's look at your horoscopes. Do make sure to consider your personal natal chart and your placements. Such things should be taken into consideration. Aries. Mercury will transit your 5th house, and so throughout July, you will have discussions surrounding children, love, and pleasure. You will be quite set on your opinions about your security and your desired lifestyle. An inner child wound tied to your identity might also be communicated, and inner frustrations about romance will come out. And at the end of this transit, there will be a deep desire to communicate with lovers about your values. Taurus, Mercury will transit your 4th house, and so throughout July, you will have discussions surrounding home, privacy, and family. You'll be quite set on your opinions about your life path and your aims. A family wound tied to your hidden self may also be communicated, and inner frustrations about your emotional needs will come out. And at the end of this transit, there will be a deep desire to communicate with family members about your values. Gemini, Mercury will transit your 3rd house, and so throughout July, you will have discussions surrounding your neighborhood, your siblings, short distance travel. You'll be quite set on your opinions about your dreams and fantasies. Now, a communication wound tied to your friendships or your communities may also be communicated, and inner frustrations about your mindset and views may come out. And at the end of this transit, there will be this deep desire to communicate with your cousins or your relatives about your values. Cancer, Mercury will transit your 2nd house. So throughout July, you will have discussions surrounding finances, your earnings, your physical security. You'll be quite set on your opinions about your future visions and your teams. A self-worth wound tied to your professional life may also be communicated, and inner frustrations about your stability will come out. And at the end of this transit, there will be a deep desire to communicate with financial advisors or employers about your values. Leo, Mercury will transit your 1st house. So throughout July for you, you will have discussions surrounding your aims, your ambitions, your life direction, your overall outlook. You'll be quite set on your opinions about your career path and your life mission. A physical appearance wound tied to your deeply held beliefs may also be communicated, and inner frustrations about your identity will come out. And at the end of this transit, there will be a deep desire to communicate with yourself about your values. Virgo, Mercury will transit your 12th house. So throughout July, you will have discussions surrounding your dreams, your imagination, your spiritual life. You'll be quite set on your opinions about your teachings and self-exploration. A hidden self-wound tied to your vulnerabilities may also be communicated, and inner frustrations about your intuition will come out. And at the end of this transit, there will be a deep desire to communicate with a higher power about your values. Libra, Mercury will transit your 11th house. And so throughout July for you, you will have discussions surrounding your wishes, your friendships, your alliances, your hopes for the future. You'll also be quite set on your opinions about your shared resources and any debts you have. A community wound tied to your business partnerships may also be communicated, and inner frustrations about your place within society will come out. And at the end of this transit, there will be a deep desire to communicate with friends and group members as well about your values. Scorpio, Mercury will transit your 10th house. So throughout July for you, you will have discussions surrounding your career path, your purpose, your life mission. You'll be quite set on your opinions about your partnerships and your collaborations. A public image wound tied to your work and your daily routines may also be communicated, and inner frustrations about your life work will come out. And at the end of this transit for you, there will be a deep desire to communicate with a boss or a manager about your values. Sagittarius, Mercury will transit your 9th house. And so throughout July, you will have discussions surrounding your advanced training, teachings, your higher message. You'll be quite set on your opinions about your work, your habits, your health. A deeply held belief wound tied to your children or inner child may also be communicated, and inner frustrations about your further knowledge will come out. And at the end of this transit, there will be a deep desire to communicate with professors or mentors about your values. Capricorn, Mercury will transit your 8th house. And so throughout July, you will have discussions surrounding your shared resources, your commitments, your vulnerabilities. You'll also be quite set on your opinions about your creativity, your children, your forms of enjoyment as well. An intimacy wound tied to your family, your past, or your upbringing may be communicated, and inner frustrations about your fears will come out. And at the end of this transit for you, there will be this deep desire to communicate with a therapist or with investors about your values. Aquarius, Mercury will transit your 7th house. And so throughout July, you will have discussions surrounding your partnerships, your agreements, your collaborations. You'll be quite set on your opinions to do with your home, your family, your living situation. Now, a relationship wound tied to your mindset or your voice could also be communicated here, and inner frustrations about your cooperations, about any agreements will come out. And at the end of this transit, there will be a deep desire to communicate with partners, with lovers, with friends about your values. And lastly, Pisces. So Mercury will transit your 6th house. And so throughout July for you, you will have discussions surrounding your health, your work, your schedules. You'll be quite set on your own opinions about your mindset, your communication, your neighborhood as well. A productivity wound tied to your security or your resources may also be communicated, and inner frustrations about your time management will come out. And at the end of this transit, there will be a deep desire for you to communicate with coworkers, employees, or employers about your values. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video talking all about Mercury's move into the sign of Leo over the next couple of weeks. I wish you all the very best for this transit, and I hope that you resonate with your horoscopes, and I hope that you find this video to be helpful today. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And of course, if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then make sure that you click that subscribe button and also give this video a like if you did like it today. And I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye.